How do you deal with the negative comments from others towards your polygamous relationship?
How you deal with it?
How we deal with it? We don't.
Other. Hey guys!
I'm Chanel.
I'm Ryan,
I'm Jelaine.
and welcome to
Trinity's
Trinity's
Lifestyle.
Lifestyle.
So we've been getting a lot of messages from you guys, right? And today we'll be discussing what you've been asking about. So you've been asking about polygamy and how does it work. So today that is our topic. Now before we get into the topic, as you guys know, we're generous people and we love to give. This week we're going to be giving away 3 bundles of 14-inch loose deep hair, great quality, courtesy
8A.
of, yes, 8A, courtesy of GNC Suppliers. Now GNC Suppliers is one of our businesses. It's actually our first business.
Yes.
We started selling hair extensions, but the business has gone dormant over a year now due to Corona. Our supplier is in China, and you know how that goes. The safety of our customers and of course
It's
our
first.
health and safety comes first before money. So we decided to go dormant with GNC suppliers for now until we get stuff up and running again, and until the world is back somewhat, and we'll be
Some kind of
relaunching.
normalcy.
Yeah, some kind of normalcy, and then we will relaunch. So look out for that. Now, to win this here, what you're gonna have to do is to watch this video from start to finish. We're gonna be giving you promo codes. They will be popping up all over the screen right throughout.
So you have to get it in the order that it comes up.
Yes.
Right.
Then after you've gotten the code together, we need you to go over to our Instagram page. That's Trinity Lifestyle 333. Trinity Lifestyle 333. Hit or DM with the promo code that you collected from the video.
And the first one,
The first person to DM us the correct code in the correct
will
order
be our winner.
will be our winner.
Yeah, definitely. But before we get into all of that, you know we like to get you guys involved and all of that good stuff. So we want you to put in the comment section your answer to this question. Where was polygamy originated?
We want to hear from you guys, so tell us in the comment section.
Right. Put your
Where-
comments down below.
Where do you think polygamy was originated?
And don't be shy, guys. Okay, so polygamy seems to be a very touchy subject. Everyone wants to sexualize polygamy without even trying to educate themselves on what it is. We've been loving each other for over 9 years, and throughout this time, we didn't really put a label to what we are or what kind of definition it is. We didn't state that we were going, all right, let's be polygamous. No, it was all about love, just about love. So recently, just a year or two ago, we started hearing the definitions. So we started reading up more about it, trying to find out where where it was originated and stuff like that. So we're in a learning process in regards to articulating exactly what polygamy is. So we'll start with the definition of polygamy and the different kinds of polygamy.
Alright, so according to Google, polygamy is the practice or custom of having more than one wife or husband at the same time, with all parties being knowledgeable of this and giving their consent. That's polygamy.
And that's the umbrella term to cover all
Right.
different terms.
Right.
What are the others? Vince?
Now there are other branches that falls under polygamy. We have polyandry, polyamory, and polygyny. Now with
polyandry,
Mhm.
that's where a woman is married to more than one husband. So one woman to multiple men or multiple husbands.
And this does exist, guys.
Yes.
Actually, it exists in Jamaica also.
True. And polygyny is marriage in which two or more women share the same husband. The next one would be polyamory. This is where you have one man to multiple women. Of course, everyone knows about it, but there is no marriage legally binding them. So what you notice here is that all the terms, marriage is a big thing. For it to even be what it really is, there has to be marriage. They have to be married.
It's a big thing for them and for society.
Except for polyamory, though, that would be more for the free-spirited people. They don't have to be married. So you have one man to two or more women,
Okay.
but they are not married. You don't have to be married. That is polyamory.
All right, so in regards to the questions that we're getting, the main question, both males and females want to know, how can I get a relationship like this started?
Yeah.
So they're basically asking what are the rules. Even a two work well with our idea. That is why I choose to live the way I live. But I would state that there are different rules. Rules for a monogamous relationship is, to me, more negative than the rules for a polygamous relationship. A monogamous relationship creates rules that creates behaviors of competitiveness, jealousy, selfishness, possessiveness. Take it into consideration, and it may lead to deceit. Where polygamous rules eliminates all of this. It eliminates the jealousy. It eliminates the competitiveness. There won't be any reason for deceit. Where polygamy is concerned, there's more freedom. People are more themselves.
There is openness, there is transparency. Everyone is free to do what they want to do. No boundaries set, and as he said, no rules. And even if we do have rules, they're quite simple. Our rules are basically to promote positivity in our relationship, to make it healthier and happier. So things like trusting each other would be one.
Can you motivate each other just the same? Communication is key. We talk about everything. We're open about everything. There's nothing that we keep from each other, and that makes the relationship easy, very easy.
And when people talk about polygamy, they think they can only apply to a relationship. Polygamy is a mindset.
It is.
Polygamy creates a mindset that eliminates a lot of stuff that can fix a lot of stuff. I was having a conversation the other day, and we were talking, and I was explaining to someone that someone with a polygamous mindset, if everyone had a polygamous mindset, it could even eliminate or fix, or not fix, maybe decrease the crime rate. They were like, why would you say that? How can a polygamous mindset decrease the crime rate? Just think about it. If everyone eliminated competitiveness and jealousy, most crimes are committed or happens because of someone being competitive, someone wanting to outdo someone else. But the mindset of love and everyone working together, imagine everyone thinking like that. Outside of a relationship, it could fix a lot.
So how do you start a polygamous relationship?
Everybody wants to know that, especially the man.
So listen clearly and take notes if you need to, guys. first and foremost, in starting a polygamous relationship, you need to have an open mind.
It can't close up in the old ways. Everything that you have learned, you have to let it go.
Right, you have to let it go, and you have to think about things more open, more freely, and just go with the flow.
Exactly. And after having an open mind, so you know this is what you want, this is your desire, but you may not know what it is really. Before you get into it, you might want to do some research. Research is very important because you can't get into something that you don't know anything about. Well, it can happen naturally because that was the case with us.
Yeah.
We never sat down and thought about anything too hard. I mean, you guys knew what you wanted and the universe just gave it to you. So there was no plan, there was no discussion. We didn't even sit down and say, let us do this, let us be
We
poly.
didn't even know, as I said before,
Right.
we didn't know the term
Right,
polygamy.
right. And everything just happened naturally. So it can happen naturally, like for us.
It was just about love, it wasn't about a relationship. We felt each other. The universe just brought us together.
But what I would say is make sure that you do your research and you know what you are getting into. You need to know what is polygamy, what it entails, what it is about, and you would need to master monogamy before you think about going into polygamy.
That's right.
Exactly.
That's right.
Learn
Exactly.
and
That's very
understand.
important.
Yes, it's very important. You have to know how to deal with one woman and ensure that everything is running well.
One man.
Or one man, right? Let's not say perfect because things do happen and things go up and down, but at least know that you're on level ground with the one person in your life before you think of venturing out there and getting involved with other people.
I am a perfect example of that because I was in a very committed relationship before this one. I was with one person for 14 years. So I mastered taking care of a woman. I mastered growing into or developing a family because we had 2 kids together. And in treating one woman good, it was really easy treating 2 women good.
Right.
Alright, so
go ahead.
what you, as we said, do your research. There is Google. It gets so much information off of
There are books.
There's books that you can read. There's videos that you can watch.
You even have series that
Right.
coming out.
Yeah, you, me,
So-
her. You guys, we didn't get a chance to
No,
watch that
we
one.
haven't watched that yet.
Yeah,
Well,
but guys, that's a good one.
That's one that we have on our bucket list.
Yeah.
All right. So, in getting to know all of this information, then you'll know what you want and which of the branches that falls under the umbrella
Will suit you.
that will suit you, right?
Yeah.
So then you'll know exactly what you want for yourself and what you'd like to build a life under.
Yeah. I suggest though, in trying to venture into polygamy, is knowing that you're polygamous and then going back to your natural life, especially if you already have a partner. You have a partner, you have had discussions, and you know that yes, we are open to bringing someone else in our relationship. Don't go around searching for a man or a woman to add to your life. Go back to your normal lives. Have that open mindset
And that energy.
and yes, definitely energy is first. You have to have that good energy there.
You also need to be the person that you need to be
For that
person.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I would suggest take that time to build yourself. Growth and self-development is of utmost
Especially
importance.
if you're already in a relationship, you build that relationship up first. You may want to go into polygamy for different reasons. It may be that the female thinks that she needs a sister wife to help around the house, to help build the business, to help take care of the kids. Or it can be that you have a high sex drive. But polygamy should never be ventured in and just be about sex. Sex is very important. Most of us have a high sexual nature, but there are a lot more important stuff than just sex.
Right.
Another thing is to sit your partner down and be ready to have an open and civil conversation, and be prepared to deal with your partner in such a way that they may not get it like you. Somewhat, you understand what I'm saying? Be prepared to deal with your partner, explain things. Don't get upset because your mind is at a certain level and your partner's is not there.
That's true.
As you, so that will only discourage your partner and make things even much more difficult for you guys to enter into polygamy.
Right.
So be prepared to teach your partner, since you've been researching, because you're
Or even when they're researching, instead of just going to research by yourselves,
Right.
you sit with your partner.
research
You
together.
can explain to them that probably they already know your past, know that you are someone with a high sex drive, you like having sex with more than one person, and you just sit with them, tell them that your urges or your desires, that you see someone and you felt a certain kind of way before you start venturing out.
And even if you have disagreements, be open enough to deal with it like mature people and get past it until you get onto the same level. Some things will take time. For some women, their mind is already there.
Right. Yeah.
So it won't take a lot of work. But you have to remember that everyone is different, there are different personalities, and there may be women where their mind is not there just yet.
Guys,
Right?
you'll be surprised that being truthful will take you a far away.
Yeah.
Very far away.
And sometimes the female will know that she wants another female but doesn't know how to tell the male. Because there are
Right.
some males that don't like that sort of thing.
I don't get that though.
Yeah.
I'm yet
they
to
do
understand.
exist.
I'm yet to understand that because you
No, you
think
should. That is based on insecurities, because a lot of the saying, nobody knows a woman's body like an ex-woman. So
I know, but
so a
then
man
you
is
think-
a man is going to think that, all right, she always especially if there are complaints, they're going to say like, she's always complaining about this, she's always complaining about that. Forget an ex-woman now, and that the woman they know how to be that delicate kind of person and whatever. Guys,
What about the benefits for him? Because allowing her to be
Benefits
herself
are
and to
just-
have another
benefits
woman
are
is
just what
actually
it's-
more for you.
I think
more
that's what
vagina.
happens. Some persons,
That is just more
some
vagina.
persons' level of understanding is quite limited.
yeah.
It's
Yeah.
limited
Yeah.
because a man that is going to think that way, you can see that he's not thinking ahead. He's just thinking about that specific thing
Moment
that he
for
may
now.
just lose
Mhm.
his woman to another woman. He's not thinking about it on another level.
Me will take a chance. Me that take a chance. Two woman one time, me that take a chance and say,
I know everybody brave like you.
So very important, guys. Communicate with your partner. You want to go into polygamy, do your research, watch videos. There are a lot of videos on YouTube.
and don't go searching. Just live your normal life. Know that you're ready for it, and once you meet that person, everything will fall into place.
Work on yourself and you'll attract the perfect person to start the relationship with.
Exactly. So after venturing and not venturing, but after knowing and being aware that I am ready to venture into a polygamous relationship, you may want to know how to make it work after it has happened, after you've met your two partners. How do you make it work? Well, the key thing in making polygamy work is you have to find like-minded people with the same vision as you.
Yes.
That you cannot be a guy that likes to sit at home playing video games. No. You can't be one of them guys that are on the corner, they rub out your amigo every night. No. You have to be ready for life. You have to graduate from being a boy and becoming a man. Have to. Not everyone, especially the guys, deserves to live a polygamous lifestyle, because we're just going to deal with it like on a pimp. Listen me, you don't have to have people You have to get more industrious, you more business minded. Um, for us, we have done it. Well, we just said a more difficult way, because it would have been easy for her to get a good job, her to get a good job, and me to get a good job, and then probably we could combine income and build from there. But because we're so ambitious, we stop work and start business. So for the past 8 years, we haven't worked for anyone, and we've been growing businesses. A lot of people have heard us talk about businesses and thought that and was asking if I must be rich. If me rich, them rich, and my money and them get it, it's our money. So you have to have a mindset like that also, of that togetherness, that they are encouraged to have their own money, their own bank book, squeeze us some money one side, but really and truly, everything is done together.
Yeah.
Another way to make poly work, and this one is very, very important, is to get rid of the mindset where you sexualize it.
Yeah.
A lot of people think that because you're poly and you have multiple partners or more than one partner, it's more about the sex for you know. And a lot of people think that that's the reason that people get into poly. And that's a misconception. You need to get rid of that mindset. It's not just about sex, it's so much more than that. And until people realize and accept that that's how it works, that's the only way you're going to get a poly relationship.
But it's
to work.
sex good still.
That will always be a part of it, Ryan.
Yeah, man. Man, tell you, say, turn up on the sex life, you have more than one partner. It works well.
Especially if they're excited.
The point is, it shouldn't be just about that.
Yeah,
So you have to get rid of that mindset for it to work.
Monogamous sex boring.
Of course, we're going to set goals individually. There are things that you wanted to do before you met me. Same for you and the same for me. So we have those goals individually, but collectively, we also need to have the same vision and the same goal, something that we're working towards. And if you find that you have like-minded individuals in your life and people who share the same vision, you find that the relationship will work.
Yeah.
But you would also ask a lot of people, after they want to know how it works, they're like, well, why poly though? Why not just stick to a monogamous relationship?
With poly, everything works better. There's more hands to help out. There is more than one or two paychecks, right? Everything there is more with poly in every area, right? If you have kids, there's more than one mother.
Different personalities.
There is so much of everything within poly. Why not poly?
Also, well, we say we're on the topic of why poly. For me personally, I am a free spirit. I love my freedom. I love the fact that you get to be open. You can talk to your partners about everything. How many of you there can actually be in a relationship and even talk about your past experiences, your ex and stuff like that?
A lot of men wouldn't want to hear about what a woman do with which man in the past. They wouldn't, because they're going to feel a bit jealous. But I use that as a learning curve.
Right.
What they liked, what they didn't like, what made that person become their ex, all of that. So I did not really choose poly. I ended up in poly. And
You chose
Same for
Yeah,
me.
yeah,
And
poly
it's
chose us.
poly chose us.
Poly is the way to go, but that is our perspective on it. Not saying that you should try it.
Yeah, man, I said I should try even one time, you hear?
Yeah, but we're not forced it on.
No, we're not forcing it on you, know, but I would suggest be open-minded enough. Alright, you can start by having threesomes if you're that sexual. If not, the ladies that don't like people. They don't enough women like lock up in their house, they have one friend and them little thing. I'm telling you, polygamy is for a person like that, because you get that one sister wife, she can be your friend, you don't have to go out there, she'll go have your back.
You do everything together.
Everything together.
And just like a best friend. It's just like a best friend.
Yeah.
The only thing is that you may love each other, or you guys may have the same man, but it's just like having a best friend.
Best friend. But the ladies don't really have to be sexual
Right.
either.
It doesn't have to be
Yeah.
that
That's
way.
totally up to you, and that's why we say whichever structure or whichever way suits you.
Yeah.
That is
Right.
totally up to you. But for us, it works for us with everyone being involved. It's better that way. For me, it's healthier, it's happier, and even building a family structure is better. It's the structure that you get with a polygamous relationship, especially with everyone being grounded and on the same path. It does well for the kids. It works in a positive way.
And another thing, why polygamy? Since we've been studying about polygamy, we have learned so much when we realize about our history and where it's coming from. Polygamy is about nation building. It's about creating a stronger family structure. It's about diversifying, because she has a different personality, she has a different personality. Women are the strength of a household. So having one woman, a strong woman, yeah, you're also nice and firm. Imagine having two strong women.
So overall, in my opinion, I think polygamy offers more benefits and more advantages to the home, to the family, to the kids, to the nation. I think it can actually help with nation building as well.
Creating a new mindset so that we can
Absolutely.
get rid of some of this negative energy in our atmosphere.
Polygamy works.
It works. 9 years and counting. So there are a lot of myths and misconceptions pertaining to polygamy. So let us see here. So one of them says polyamory is a fancy word for cheating. Cheating. Alright, let me explain something to you guys about cheating. Your partner, most of the time, isn't angry about the action that you took. They're actually angry about the deceit and the lies that were involved. You having to lie about where you were going, who you were going to see, and all of that. Polyamorous people just haven't met the right one. One who want to tell me, say, these people are virgins. Them almost virgin because they have been through it. Real monogamy is meeting one person for you're losing your virginity. And no matter what the issue is, staying together. That's real monogamy. So once you have had a past relationship and you have an ex already, and now you're going to experience a new partner, you have already eliminated that pureness what monogamy should stand for. When you say married to one person, take all of these oaths and just commit to them alone. You shouldn't see nobody in that past in the first place.
Oh, so that means you shouldn't have changed from that
Your
person to
partner,
somebody
that's
else.
real monogamy. That's real monogamy.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Polyamorous people are less emotionally mature or afraid of commitment.
That's a very huge myth. I have to interject with that.
Farthest from the truth.
That is farthest from the truth. We are all poly, and I think we're the most committed people.
Right.
We are friends and we're open. We have
Less
open mind.
emotionally
But we
mature
are very mature individuals.
and afraid of commitment. Wait,
Or you be afraid of commitment.
Look at it. 9 years.
Yeah.
Afraid of commitment?
That don't make sense.
That don't make no sense at all.
To be with someone for 9 years, you have to be committed, naturally.
Where this come from? You just dash your this in the one. No, that's not main question.
That's what
It's not question.
Polyamorous people just aren't
as happy as
as
people.
happy as
Yeah.
monogamous people.
That's a myth.
That's just a lie. You want to do your nice up it.
Wait.
It's a
I'm
misconception.
going to do like Kermit and Sigma one.
Yeah.
We know of people who come to us a lot because of the our lifestyle, how
Right.
different we are. We're doing something different. So
Our
they love
structure.
to speak to us. Our structure, thank
Yeah.
you. And we know that these people are so unhappy.
Polyamory is a fad.
What is a fad? A fad is something, some enthusiasm shared that is short-lived. That's a fad. So, in other words, maybe you could say if you're just being lustful, or it's, what's that word when you say you have a crush or something? It's not long-lasting, and that in itself we know is
It's just in the moment.
yeah, just in the moment, and that's a huge misconception because we know for a fact 9 years is
It's
definitely
not
not short-lived,
and it's not for a moment.
not just for a moment. So
Yeah.
we
Kids
know for a
involved,
fact.
started businesses together.
The beauty of us discussing this topic is that we can use ourselves as the prime example
Right.
to rule all these misconceptions out, because we're living it. We know that it's just not true. So regardless of what Google says or the Oxford Dictionary, the encyclopedia, whatever they say or what people say or think, we know for a fact that it's just false.
Right.
Yeah. What we're trying to do is not impose our lifestyle on you, but
We're
to
just
show
educating.
you that there are other options. If it's not working this way, there are other options for you guys to try.
But we're not, and we repeat, we're not telling anyone leave your husband, leave your wife, and go into a poly life or go
Leave
find
your
other
husband,
people.
leave your wife.
No, don't throw away your monogamous lifestyle. We're not telling people that. We're not imposing.
I am trying not to tell them, but really and truly the happiness of me finding that this guy's wish me could have just telling us say, yo, try this. But I won't say that.
So when we do this, it's really for the people who have came to us saying that they like the idea but they just don't know how. We hope that we can be of help to you guys.
As we have told you before, we don't know much about polygamy. We were just loving each other, you know, we like a shell, trying to
Everything
build
happens
trying to build an empire financially, having great sex, raising wonderful kids, having great friends, and stuff like that. We're learning along with you what polygamy is, what it really is, where it's coming from, and all of that.
Poly people are more at risk for an STI. So let's look at the common sense. Aren't monogamous people also at risk? Alright, so when you're married, you have your husband. Or
Okay.
even if you're not married, but you have your boyfriend, and you know in a monogamous, well, you in a monogamous relationship with him, but he not with you,
Right.
because he having people on the road. You just don't know.
Are you a pretend to
But-
be in a monogamous
Right.
relationship too?
Aren't you at
Cause
risk?
you know some woman like cuss them and say them a cheat when them have two more tail out the road.
True.
Yeah man, they
True.
have two more tail as swag man.
That is true. But my point is, those people are even more at risk because you don't know what your partner is doing on the outside.
You have to hide and push in here, and so you have no time to put on
You
the
don't
condom.
know who they are going out there to, and then they come back to you. So you, my friend, are at a higher risk than us because at least we know about each other.
Mhm.
You don't know who your partner is shacking up with outside.
Very much so.
Poly practitioners never get attached to anyone.
Alright,
Like,
we're not gonna.
we're not going
We attach 9 year worth of attachment. So look at it.
So those are some of the myths and misconceptions that we came across. Obviously, listening to us, you can, if you look vicariously through us, you can know for a fact that it's not true.
Yeah, not for
Not
them.
true at all.
Not true at all. How do you deal with the negative comments from others towards your polygamous relationship?
How do you deal with it?
How we deal with it? We don't.
Abel. That's how me deal with it. Abel.
We don't, because guys, the truth is you're always going to have negative people. You're always going to have the naysayers.
Whether polygamy or monogamy
I mean,
or polygamy
Be-
or pumpinamy.
That is
or
not even a word.
no matter what kind of meat, you will always have negativity.
Yeah, there's always negative.
People are always going to be negative. And I mentioned earlier about the man and the donkey thing, because sometimes we feel like we have to live for people and try to please people, and life should never be about that. It should be about you being able to be yourself, express yourself, and to just be free
All the time.
you also have to understand that people people are always going to talk, but they are entitled to their opinions. You have statements that are facts, things that you definitely know for a fact, and then you have those statements that are highly opinionated. The truth is, guys, if somebody don't know you, the only thing they can do is assume.
Right.
And if they know it, they still have to assume because they don't know what's going on inside. You understand?
Right. Another thing is
Always.
that our culture wasn't set up like this, and we have to accept that.
No, I don't agree with that one. Sorry,
no, but we
babes.
weren't cultured that way.
All right, that because someone online said the same thing. Said the same thing. Ryan, that's not your culture. Go away with that. What is your culture? Is your culture Jamaican or is your culture black?
Well, we're all from the black race.
Exactly.
Yes,
So they are limiting again. They are limiting because they are saying that a Jamaican culture. We're not just Jamaican. We're black people, and
Right.
black people's culture is polygamy. Before they shipped all the slaves across the world to learn from the Westerners about this monogamous setting and stuff like that. Women were okay with their men having more than one woman.
But what we have to understand also, guys, is that people tend to criticize what they don't understand.
Always.
If you see something happening, it's not traditional, it's unconventional, it's not our practice, it's not what we're used to. It's different. So what is going on here? I mean, it looked like they would have preferred if they shouldn't have fight. What they expect.
No, they like excitement and they want something to talk about. So they don't want to see all different type of
If you don't want excitement, you need to be a fly on the wall in my bedroom if you don't want excitement. So I don't know excitement.
My favorite part of the house.
The house stops too.
They expect drama though.
And the car.
What would be, I think
And the sidewalk.
what would be acceptable to them is drama. We're not supposed to be living good because it's the same man. So we're not supposed to be living good. You're supposed to be calling me and asking me why am I calling your man, or the reverse. And you're supposed to tell me, say, wait till me catch you a bait.
Just drain yourself. I'm not tired.
I have just come to accept that people will be people. People are always gonna talk, because even in a monogamous relationship, they talk just the same. Because they talk about this woman, our man a cheat on her with the neighbor. We just live around the road, or right beside him, or with his sister, or with his cousin.
If you're like me, you want to make a difference in the world. Yes, it matters what people think and how they will look at you, because you want them to have that perspective that would give them the happiness that it requires to function properly in this world. But just not listen to them. Just not listen to them for right now. Live your life. What we said, success or revenge.
Right.
Not just financial success, but success in raising our kids, success with our happiness,
Happiness is the most important one.
success if we can afford to feed her because she may have enough. Success comes in so many forms. So just stick to you, continue being you.
Remember, your happiness is first. Because if you're focusing on what makes you happy and the people who deserve it happy, then you wouldn't have time to think about all the negative. Because the negative is always going to come. Even if you're not living like this, people are always going to talk. They're
That's
still
true.
going to have
That's
something
true.
to
Even
say.
if you're single and you're a career woman and you're going to work every day and you're doing your thing and you're making your
And
money.
you drive one BMW,
Them all
everything.
chat you and say, watch out, she not have no
You
pity, she
can't
not have
find
no man,
nobody,
you can't
no.
find no
Yeah.
man.
And this is
interested
somebody
in
in
job.
a monogamous relationship.
Yeah,
We have
yeah.
them man or them husband.
They're going to talk. It doesn't matter what you do. If you're successful and you're doing good for yourself, they'll find the negative in it to say.
No matter
About
what you're, imagine, I came out public that I have two women, two beautiful women. And people are putting in my comments say, I look like fish. I'm coming like fish. Me telling us, me telling you, I'm think glad, you know. I'm think glad to me a poly, you know, because I love her come from my land, right, you know. You see, me still, I think monogamous, like a monogamous person, me telling them, it's alright, we're not everything good. Everything good.
And then we have
Alright.
women criticizing Chanel and I. Women are calling me Yama, Bella, all of the terms them.
Yeah, that one very funny. That one very funny. What do you call Yamed?
I have no doubt that
We know what I look like, you know.
Yamed is because we are in this with you and she allowed you to have me and me allow.
You know what happened to Yamed when you planted?
It grew.
It grew, it flourished.
Alright.
It's a good name.
My dad used to plant yam, right? I been know what the yam head them look like. And honestly, none of it head no look like yam head. None of it head no look like yam head.
But
Right.
what I'm saying
Might be
though,
filming because they always said this boy not even look good. How
And
many
it's
things
a good area.
Yam have hair funny.
Yeah, man, you have something called strand.
So
It look like when my man go bald.
if you don't Yamed, me a yam food.
and again,
New
I
definition for yam head. You have to be successful and things are going for you and you're happy.
Yeah.
That's
Yo,
a
look,
Yamed.
yo, when you say call nobody Yamed again, no say, since them I call them Yamed.
Be
Successful.
proud to be a yam head.
Be proud. Success. Kids. Long lasting relationship. And that's how I am now, you know?
I have no doubt that
All I know our name fish. Fish have two women now. Look fool like.
I mean, I have no doubt that a lot of these women who refer to us as Yamids are the same ones who are in very tumultuous relationships.
Tomorrow?
Tumultuous.
I want you to
Up and down, rocky, unhappy.
Miserable.
Alright.
But yes,
Teaching you a new
guys,
word today.
basically just put yourself first. Your happiness is what is important, and to have a happy, healthy life, you just have to focus on the positive. What I do is to think about the people who are supporting us, because just as we have people who are against it and sending negative our way, we have people who are sending so much positive towards us.
Just say
Empowering us
Thank
and-
you so much
Yes.
for the love.
Yeah, man.
We
Thank
so
you guys for the
appreciate
we
love.
all the
appreciate
love.
it.
Yeah,
So
that's
we will
right.
focus on those people.
So our final point for today is living your truth. A lot of persons don't get that. They're living their lives, but they're not happy and they're not living what they're truthful with themselves. They're not truthful with themselves. The relationship that they're living in, they're not happy and they want more, but they're not willing to accept or they're afraid. And fear can be crippling.
Yeah, I agree.
Right? So you're living in a relationship and you have your man. I'm not gonna say that some people don't have their woman because you have lesbian relationships out there as well. And they know in themselves is either you need to add a man to the mix or you want to add a woman to the mix. But they're afraid to open and let their partner know that this is what they want. So they still live in the life that they're living in and they're unhappy.
For their whole life.
They're afraid of criticism. They're afraid of society.
Yeah, the
bashing
things that
them.
that they have to see. Everything that this comes back down to the negative comments and critiques that persons have to deal with on a daily basis. So they really and truly don't want to add what they want to live in their relationship to that.
So even if you know in yourself as a woman that you are interested in females, you're not going to do it and you're going to continue. Stay with the man where you have, because if you go out there, people are going to condemn you. Family are going to condemn you. Friends are going to condemn you. Society on the whole are going to condemn you. So what do? You continue to stay in that unhappy marriage.
Yeah, only you
This
guys.
isn't about making a decision if you should be poly or not. It's about having an open mindset, creating a different mindset that that can will encourage you and let you know that there are other options to the way that you've been living right now.
See,
So you find that you're not living your truth because you have to be living for people.
you have to live for you.
Yeah, live your truth though, by the way. Is there anything you want me to do to you? Okay. Yeah.
I am definitely living my truth. I am living my truth. It comes with a lot of ups and downs from the outside world. As I said, people have things to say, but I'm putting myself and my happiness first. So I'm living my truth.
I mean, your truth.
I'm living my truth. So guys, yeah, just live. Just be you. Express yourself. Be a free spirit. Be open-minded.
That's
You
the
know.
only way you can be happy. That's the only way you can be happy if how you live each and every day is what you truly want for yourself.
Right. So
Don't make your life choose you. You choose your life.
right. Stay happy.
Stay healthy.
And live your truth.
But guys, remember to subscribe to our channel, Trinity Lifestyle 333.
Yep. Like, comment, share.
Hit the notification bell so you can be notified every time we upload a new video.
Because you don't want to miss anything. And like we always say, we're more than just an idea.
We represent possibilities. Thank you for watching our video today.
Bye.